just these guys are. Michael Rooks was the hero yesterday.
Oh yeah, and I think he still is technically the hero because I mean, with there's 7 blue-white decks, the black-red deck is the people's choice.
Yeah, I definitely could agree there.
Now Cho is actually playing an identical 75 to Jerry Thompson, complete with 1 Mikaeus, the Lunark, and 1 Hovermere, and 2 Spellskites to mix up the 2-drops in place of Invisible Stalker, Merfolk Looter. Meanwhile, Michael Rooks, no confirmation the origin of this particular brew, but the impression I got is that it's one of his own.
Yeah, pretty interesting build. He's playing Edge Champion, but doesn't really have too many artifacts to actually turn on Metalcraft. But
Shrines and Mortar Pods and Inkmoth Nexus seem to be the primary.
Yeah, I mean,
support.
Normally when you see a deck with Edge Champion, it's something like Tempered Steel, where they have Mem Knights, they have a Glenhawk Idol, just more than 75% of their deck are artifacts for spell-wise. But here it's maybe not even 50% because he has so much burn. But maybe Michael plays a certain strategy where he'll try to keep his artifacts around and we'll see what happens.
To be fair, in Tempered Steel, the artifacts, a lot of the creatures do die more often.
Yeah.
Whereas in this deck, the Mortar Pod itself, the Shrine of Burning Rage can just be sitting in play, ticking up. The fact that Inkmoth Nexus, you could power it up in response.
Yeah, Chimeric Mass, if you feel your opponent has a removal spell, you could just not activate it, just keep around Metalcraft. So we'll see what happens. He has Mana Barbs in the sideboard. I would have loved to see Mana Barbs versus the Blue White control deck. Yeah. All right, so let's see if both these guys keep their hands.
Hopefully we'll get some good matches here.
Yeah, definitely.
We saw a lot of real exciting matches yesterday. A lot of interesting game states, a lot of back and forth, and a lot of comebacks.
Yeah. The most exciting one, I think, was the Chris Lockman match.
Oh, yeah?
Where it went to extra time, and then he made an attack that cost him the game, I believe. So that was probably the most fun match to watch. All right, so Mike leads off with the Inkmoth Nexus.
I wonder how many people he's actually poisoned out in his burn deck.
I feel like probably not a lot. And Cho will start off with a Gataxian Probe.
Let's see what you're working with.
Yeah, so is that 3 Phoenixes?
3 Phoenixes, 2 land.
Wow, that's actually a pretty good hand. As long as he draws a burn spell for the Delver.
Well, he's not going to have a Delver because he casts the Probe with mana.
Yeah, I mean, he could just draw into one.
Possible. The 3 Phoenixes, though, definitely, if he draws a red mana, start, exerting quite a boarding effect,
Did he not have 2 red there?
No, he has another Nexus.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. And he draws a Shrine of Burning Rage. But
sure.
Yeah, if he draws another red, his ability to just play Phoenixes and block with them is going to be overwhelming. Because remember, as a 2/2 flyer, each one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Hovermere.
The quick turn 2 Hovermere. 20 seconds into the top 4, and already Hovermere takes over the board.
It looks like he drew a Mortar Pod this turn. Not that exciting.
Hovermere, the anti-mortar pod technology.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, so it looks like he has a Ghost Quarter.
Yeah.
As his other land, which means that no Phoenix yet, because I mean, he could just sack his red and use it as a Lotus Petal. That's a really inefficient way to do things.
Yeah, it seems pretty bad.
Then again, he might just he might figure, I can't cast anything until I draw another land anyway. I don't need a 4th land. Maybe I just do it, just a Lotus Petal to Phoenix to buy myself extra time.
Yeah. Also another counter on the Shrine.
Yeah.
So we'll
might
see
not
what
actually be the word. You know what he could do? He could also. I mean, it's kind of weird, but he could Ghost Quarter his Nexus.
Yeah.
And it looks like this might be what he's actually going to do.
Let's see if he decides to make this play.
Hesitating. Not normally the way you want to start your game out.
Yeah, I think I would just play Mortar Pod here. Alright, so Mortar Pod comes down.
That's a real tough to look a man in the eye who just played a Hovermere.
Yeah.
And you just have to play a Mortar Pod. Just picture if that was a Merfolk Looter.
Yeah. His mana is pretty good. He has access to 16 red sources.
Yeah.
So.
And a Mox Opal.
Do you think there's any merit not to play Ghost Quarter there, just because if he draws the black Cleave Cliffs, then it will come into play tapped? Like just to hold the Ghost Quarter?
Yeah, I don't.
I think personally I would have held the Ghost Quarter there, but that's just what I would have done. Just because he doesn't have you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're so close. We're literally gonna see the Sword of War and Peace.
Yeah. Oh, second Mortar Pod.
God, the second Mortar Pod. He's lucky.
Yeah, second more putt will stop any shenanigans.
on that hover mirror.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So and the shrine ticks up to 2.
Hover mirror continuing to dominate the board. I think Cho is a massive favorite in this game.
Right now, you think?
I really do. I really do, because what I think is going to end up happening is that Cho can threaten to equip the hover mirror. He's going to draw both mortar pot activations.
Yeah.
But
Oh, there's the Geist.
oh, and
Yeah.
even the Geist too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as soon as Sword successfully equips on a creature, it's going to be lights out for Rooks. His
Yeah.
main deck has only one Ratchet Bomb as an answer to Swords. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have access to Ancient Grudge anywhere. Because it wouldn't take very much, splashing very much green mana.
Yeah. He has no artifact removal besides bomb. You're right.
There's one bomb.
Yeah. Maybe he dodged a bunch of decks with equipment this weekend.
Well, and usually, as long as it's not the Geist, remember. He
Oh,
has
look,
Slice.
see? What did I say? He draws a black cleaves, and if you notice...
Oh, no, but see, even in this situation, I think what you could do is you could just ghost quarter your own land to get the extra red mana now.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, I agree that
yeah.
if you draw the Black Cleave Cliffs, it would have been better to do it the way you described.
Yeah,
but
so... yeah, I think all these minor things that some people don't pick up on could... I don't know if it would, like, make him win the game, you know what I'm saying? But it would help slightly. I mean, maybe he picked up on it and just wanted to do the ghost quarter play. Now, I think Mike's line of play here is if Cho equips the Geist to kind of go. Okay, so Devil's. Oh no. Okay, so it's a Chandra's Phoenix. Yeah. So. Yeah. So yeah. I mean.
I really think at this point, Rooks is in a position of having to awkwardly enough race Cho, because the sword is going to hit the Geist. Cho's going to be gaining life every turn.
There's Vapor Stag.
I mean, Rooks, at least he has the Shrine going for him.
Yeah,
but
that Vapor Snag play doesn't really seem that great.
No, it seems great. Why not?
Because you just Vapor Snag a token, then he has to respond, and
so
then
what? If you're going to sword your Geist.
But it would just cost him less mana. Like, Cho will have access to 3 mana this turn, rather than 1 mana this turn, because now Rooks could go sack if he wanted to kill it.
So what?
And then Cho will have to re-equip the Geist. So now he'll only have access to 1 open mana. If he just Vapor Snagged the token at end of turn, he could just equip the the 1/2 and not have to worry about.
Yeah, but the Phoenix would still be in play.
But the Phoenix would be tapped.
Right, but this way there's an extra card in Rook's hand.
Yeah.
And Rooks actually takes the damage from Vapor Snag.
Sure, I mean, I guess it just depends what Cho could have cast this turn. Because my way, Cho would have had
2 more mana.
2 more mana this turn. So he would have had access to 3 mana. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like 2 points of damage difference and 1 life difference.
So Cho swings with the Geist of Saint Traft with the Sword of War and Peace.
Yeah.
At this point, Rooks doesn't really have any,
I don't think he has any outs, really.
So I guess theoretically what he can do is he can play multiple X champions.
Yeah, he just...
Because if he would have drawn an X
scooped it up.
champion that turn, he could block.
Yeah.
And then I think that's one of his other main ways to fight the swords.
Yeah. But instead he just scoops it up.
And going into the sideboard games, I think that Rooks is going to bring in a couple Whip Flares and another Ratchet Bomb. His main deck's already pretty well set up, although that hand was kind of a strange one. I don't know if I can get behind keeping a hand with 3 Chandra's Phoenixes, 0 removal spells, and not even a second red.
Yeah, honestly, I think I would have mulliganed that as well. And I almost never mulligan, but the new Gerard would definitely mulligan that.
And then Cho, meanwhile, bringing in Spellskite, time. I don't know if probably won't bring in Timely Reinforcements. Probably just Spellskite, Revoke Existence. Probably bring Mutagenic Growth to protect against Slagstorm.
Yeah. What do you think about the negates?
It's a tough one, but
yeah, negate's close. Maybe on the play.
Negate might actually, and I like Negate a lot more on the play.
Yeah.
Let's see how many cards he has to bring out. He certainly doesn't like the gut shots.
Yeah.
That's right. So between games, so we got a trivia question for you. See who. And I don't know if we're having sound difficulties or what, but if you guys can hear us, the trivia question for 6 months of trivia
6 months
You got,
here.
yeah, you got one, or you want me to?
You can take this one.
All
Yeah.
right.
The one we
So,
talked about.
Yeah. So, from yesterday, let's see, what is the oh, how about this? Yeah, which deck did we which deck put the most copies in the top 8 of this tournament? You know, and not just color combination. What actual,
Yeah.
what strategy, what key card was in the most decks in this top 8?
Sure. So
Tweet us back the answer, and we will select one at random
Tweet
to
it
win
at
6 months of trivia.
SCG Premium.
Yeah, make sure to tweet at SCG Premium, and you got to be following SCG Live and SCG Premium and all that. But tweet it at SCG Premium. Let us know what deck, what archetype, or what key card or whatever was the most popular deck in the top 8.
I didn't bring the timer this time, but.
Oh, we got one on the computer here.
Oh, really? Okay. So we got the timer going. So hurry up and tweet in.
Yeah, and then at some undisclosed point in the very near future, we will cut it off, and somebody's gonna get paid.
Yeah, someone's gonna get 6 months premium. So that's awesome. So even though Mike lost game 1, I still think he's gonna take down this match. That's still my prediction here.
No, I like Todd Anderson for the tournament, but in this match, I think Show me his business. He dropped a turn 2 Delver. You don't just a turn 2 Hovermere.
Yeah.
You don't just play Hovermere on the second turn and not be up to something that's serious.
Yeah.
So, I honestly, I think this might actually be Hovermere's day.
And I think that just shows how powerful
Hovermere is?
Well, I was going to say how powerful the swords actually are.
Yeah.
Just, you play a Hovermere just because you want an early flyer that could...
With a 2 toughness.
Yeah,
the key is it has a 2 toughness.
Yeah, because...
Which it ended up mattering.
Yeah, because if you think about it...
Draw.
Yeah, Delver's like public enemy number 1 right now in the format, and people are playing gut shots, mortar pods, and the 2 toughness is
and
really
Midnight Haunting and Whirling
Haunt. Yeah, so many different cards. But yeah, I think. Do you think Mike could ever draw with his deck versus any matchup?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think this could be the matchup or no?
No, because the problem is a quick Geist of St. Traft or a Sword of War and Peace. He doesn't want to get tempoed out here. I think the matchup where he might actually draw though is against a red deck.
Okay, yeah, I guess another red deck.
Yeah, but one that's more creature based. That's actually red aggro.
Yeah, sure. I could definitely see that. A deck maybe with Grimlob Mancers and Elder and whatnot, just because he has so much removal that by him drawing, he would just be up a card.
Absolutely. It's interesting though when your deck is all shocks, what do you even board out?
I think he would board out. Personally, I don't like the Shrine at all, so I think that's an easy cut.
You just go straight because he only has 3 cards to bring in.
Well, he's bringing
the Ratchet Bomb and 2 Whip Flares.
Yeah. So I would just go straight for the
cut
shrines.
3 shrines.
Yeah, cut 3 shrines right there.
Plus, you'd look in the future to get a 4th card in the sideboard, so you can take the 4th shrine out.
Yeah, there's nothing you could really.
No, there's nothing. You're not going to bring in the Balduvian Barbarian here.
Yeah.
The 1 red 3/2 vanilla.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
Lives through the Slag Storm, I guess, and the Whip Flare.
Yeah. Trader's Blood doesn't do anything versus Delver, pretty much.
Nope.
No.
Surgical Extraction is just not enough against how aggressive of a build he has,
Yeah, it's just... I would like to see it be good. Surgical Extraction is a card I just really like.
Yeah, it's fine against control decks.
Yeah.
Played it at Worlds. It was actually, it's decent when the other people play Unburial Rites and Snapcaster Mage to play in a control deck where the game actually goes long, so you get a chance to turn it into a counterspell.
Sure. I really like the Extirpate. That was one of my favorite cards. It still
Extirpate is definitely a gotcha kind of card.
Yeah.
You're one of those people who go turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Extirpate you?
Oh, for sure.
Boom, taste it.
I do it on my main phase too.
You're not even wait for them to draw?
Yeah. All right. So Mike Rooks will be on the play.
He does have the kind of deck that you got to consider. Is it worth drawing?
Yeah.
But I think he realizes that the combination of Ratchet Bombs and Geist is just a little bit too much pressure, but it's definitely a much closer decision than.
All right. So both players keep. Mike has a tap land.
You see a Delver or a Ponder?
Ooh, Delver.
It is.
Yeah. Strong start as long as Rooks doesn't have a removal spell.
Yeah, but Rooks with 4 Galvanic Blasts, 2 Geist Flames, a Devil's Play, 3 Go for the Throats, 4 Mortar Pods.
Okay, there it is. Mortar Pod. As soon as you said Mortar Pod, here it comes, and instantly shoots the Delver. Oh, wow. Immunogenic Growth.
Taste it.
All right.
Oh my gosh, if he flips here,
Yeah, this would be very good if he
that was
flips.
a nice surprise little play there.
Yep.
That mutagenic growth has been so good for both Jerry and Cho all day.
Yeah.
Or all yesterday.
Yeah, we saw a shine in Jerry's match. Why didn't he look?
Maybe he did look.
Nah, it looked like he just drew.
Maybe he has marked cards.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
I
I think he maybe he just looked and he saw so fast that he just pulled it into his hand.
Okay. All right. That might have been it. From this angle, it just looked like he just instantly drew.
So what are we gonna see here? You think it's gonna be a Phoenix?
All right. There's a Phoenix.
Yeah, because any small burn spell, the spell skate redirects it to.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, this is interesting. This interaction. The turn 1 Delver, turn 2 spell skate.
Yep. See, this turn he actually pointed to the Delver.
Yeah.
Where like last turn he didn't. So.
Yeah. So the Delver flips
with
we're
the
up
negate.
to a 3/2 with
One
a
of-
negate in hand.
Yeah, one of the
a spell
sideboard
skate
cards.
to protect too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, especially if he drops a Geist right here.
Yeah.
Suddenly, stuff is getting real.
Yeah, and Rooks would
Or a
definitely need
or
a
a
Slag
sword.
Storm or
Alright,
Wood
he
Flare.
does not. Now Cho has a couple Midnight Hauntings, and as we mentioned, he probably boarded in another one. I mean,
Yeah, Jerry said that.
yeah,
it's
Cho and
good.
Jerry test together and talk together, and they, I think they were both on the same page about Midnight Haunting being what you want against these red decks.
All right,
Yeah.
so Phoenix wins for 2 more, bringing Cho to 14. And I see a Tremeric Mass, but I don't think he wants to cast that yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's got a.
Okay, so
He does.
Yeah,
Chimeric-
4/4.
The Chimeric Mass for 4 comes down.
So it good, it beats up on a spell skite.
Yeah, it can power right through. Absolutely.
And plus, Tremeric Mass has pretty good interaction with like Slag Storm. Even if the mass was only like a 2/2 or a 3/3, it would survive through a Slag Storm. And
My guess is that Cho has got either a Revoke Existence or Oblivion Ring, and he just wanted to evaluate, like, all right, Chimeric Mass. Let me make sure I know, like, is this what I want to spend my turn doing?
yeah,
Is it better to just hold up negate? Should I just negate it in the first place?
yeah, Cho has a Revoke Existence. That was the reason why he didn't cast Negate on it. So he revokes the mass, leaving open up Negate mana once again.
So Rooks with an Inkwell Nexus, three other lands, 2 of which make black. Chandra's Phoenix. It's up to 5 land. He's got the Chandra's Phoenix and the Mortar Pod. It's going to keep the interaction between Mortar Pod and Chandra's Phoenix anyway. Like, if you kind of use it as a really clunky way to get extra points of damage in,
Yeah.
sometimes, like, you just need to break through.
All right, so Nexus becomes activated,
Cho with the Insectile Abomination and Spellskite.
and he tries to deal him 1 point of a poison, which gets through.
Yep, the Insectile Abomination, he's hoping is going to be held back by the Chandra's Phoenix.
Yeah. All right, and he equips it and passes the turn.
Now, the other thing I really like about this is if Cho plays an Oblivion Ring,
Yeah.
now the Chandra's Phoenix is protected by the Mortar Pod and can go to the graveyard instead of being exiled.
Yep. Let's see. All right, there's a Ponder.
Now, what's Cho looking for right now, do you think?
I think Cho's looking for a sword.
Sword, maybe Geist. Would he settle for Midnight Haunting or Roll on Haunt?
No, I don't think so. I think he would shuffle, unless he has a sword. And I think I did see a sword. But I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Telling you. Hovermere.
He's actually looking for a Hovermere. He's shuffling just for
Absolutely.
a Hovermere.
He's got the Mortar Pod, and the Hovermere is clearly the anti-Hover Pod or the anti-Mortar Pod technology.
All right, there's a Geist. I think his top card is actually a sword as well.
Oh
So-
my gosh, that's the perfect arrangement then. If you could get a Geist this turn and a sword for next turn.
Yeah, I mean, it's slightly dangerous if Rooks has a Slag Storm. So, because then Rooks is able to Slag Storm everything away.
Yep, including the Mortar Pod shooting the spell skite.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So,
Yeah, he's definitely all in on this. Although,
Yeah.
to be fair, Whip Flare, and even Whip Flare would be really devastating.
it'd be okay.
The Chandra's Phoenix would live.
Yeah, but, I mean, the Spellskite would live.
Yeah? But at least the Geist and the
Yeah.
Insectile Abomination. Oh, you're saying because of the sword.
Yeah, because of the sword.
Yeah.
'cause, the
No,
Spellskite.
good call.
So, I think he actually does have the Slag Storm,
Yeah.
given the attack, even before he sacked. Yeah. I wonder if Cho could have done anything there
You could
differently.
have just blocked with the Insectile Abomination. Randomly prevent a little damage.
Yeah. All right. So No Vapor Snag for Cho to save his Geist.
Devastating.
And let's see if Rooks has a follow-up play here. Oh, wow.
He does have the surgical extraction.
Oh, that's actually pretty sick because his
He
top
gets to
card.
shuffle the deck.
Yeah.
Gets rid of the sword. A beautiful play.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember yesterday.
That was impressive.
Yeah, I mentioned that maybe he would bring in the extraction yesterday, but
How funny. You were right. Yeah, because
Yeah.
now, first of all, he gets to solve the hardest problem in the deck, the Geist
the Geist.
trap.
Yeah.
And he gets to shuffle away the other hard problem, the Sword of War and Peace.
That's pretty sick. And look at Cho's hand. It's just a negate and a land.
And he doesn't have the mana for the negate.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So that's all right. So he removes all the Geists of Saint Traps there. And
Wow, the combination of Slagstorm and Surgical right there.
Yeah.
And he's eventually going to have
strong.
the Phoenix to come back. I really think I think that's a game-winning sequence for Rooks right there.
Yeah, it definitely could
Very
be.
impressive.
So I think Cho's. I mean, I feel like Cho's going to have to rely on his Mulan Haunt right now. Just to try to pump
Just
out.
to try to get some value.
Yeah, I mean,
It's tough because like the Chandra's Phoenix, the
Yeah.
Mortar Pod. I mean.
But I mean.
Oh wow, and even the Geist.
But I mean, that's just pretty much.
Well, it
his-
gets back the Phoenix.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's Cho's only card, right? That does anything. Like
I think he just has to randomly draw a Sword of War and Peace and
Yeah.
stick it at some point.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, I know it sounds funny, but I really do think Hovermere. Like, if he goes Hovermere into Sword of War and Peace, or Sword of War and Peace into Hovermere,
Yeah.
he's actually in okay shape.
All right, let's
But-
see what he draws.
My guess is that I hope he didn't board it out.
The
The
Hovermere?
I hope he didn't, because he
Alright.
he knows his opponent doesn't have Grudge.
Yeah. So he passes a turn. So he's gonna have negate mana and Mulan Haunt mana this turn since he has 5. All right, there's a Chandra Phoenix, and he knocks Cho down to 9 life. He's going to equip. All right, so Rooks then equips the Chandra's Phoenix with the Mortar Pod.
So we've got that Chandra's Phoenix Mortar Pod 5 land versus 6 land, one of which is a Moral Haunt. Cho's hand, Rook's knows, is just a negate and a land, or just a negate at this point.
Yes, a negate and a mystery. We could call it a land, I guess, because he would have.
Oh
probably,
he played the land he knew about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it looks like he did draw another land.
Yeah, we see an island, and he decides to hold on to the island. I kind of like playing all my lands versus a deck like Red Black. It's not too much bluff aspect there.
I think his hope is just to make sure that the Sword of War
for the
and Peace-
sword.
Yeah.
All right, so second Phoenix comes in. Cho's down
running
to
out of time.
5 life. This
Running
is
out of time.
yeah.
I mean, this is definitely, we're at that awkward spot where, I mean, like, I guess like an O-ring would be good.
Be like okay.
It'd be okay.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to do something to slow it down, though. Like, he doesn't have enough time to just mount a real Sword of War and Peace plan yet. I mean, I guess he can go sword, equip, Rook shoots in response, equip again. With the
Yeah.
land in his hand.
So Cho just passes, and I see a red card in Rook's hand.
I don't know what red card wouldn't win him the game from this position.
Yeah, maybe like a. Is it a? Okay, so it's a ratchet. Wow, that's really good. Yep. All right, and Cho scoops up his cards, and they're going to game 3. That was a pretty exciting
Very decisive.
game. Yeah. So just in a little bit, we're gonna announce the winner after this game. So just stick around, and you'll see if you won 6 months of premium. So yeah, that was an interesting turn of events there. I think Cho could have played the game differently. I personally would have. I'm 99% sure that it was the sword on top. So instead of playing the Geist there into a Slagstorm, if
Play the sword there.
Yeah, imagine he just played sword.
Yeah.
Rooks is still forced to Slagstorm away the 3/2 Delver
Yeah.
and the 0/4 Spellskite.
Yep.
Then Cho's follow-up would be Geist equipped.
Yeah,
Now-
I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's non-intuitive, but I think that's actually the tighter play. You know,
Yeah.
like the way he played it is the natural way it wins faster.
Yep.
Once you know your opponent's deck, you got to play around everything that needs to be played around,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
including Slagstorm
Yeah.
and Surgical.
yeah. So maybe Cho was thinking, hey, if he only has Whip Flare, it doesn't really matter because I'll still have a 2/6 Spellskite. But
And just a reminder, we're not talking about which creature was the most popular. We're talking about which archetype, like which creature or which card was the key card for the most popular version, the most popular deck.
So, for example, if it was a birthing pod deck, we would say red-green birthing pod.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
even if Birds of Paradise happened to also be in the Wolf Run deck.
Yeah. So.
All right. So going into Game 3, it looks like this time Cho is on the play, and he's going to try to come out aggressively. I think he's having a laugh. I'm guessing that it's about Hovermere.
Yeah.
Well, there's not really a lot else funny in this world besides Hovermere at this point.
Yeah, Hovermere is the only. There's actually some comedians nowadays who just talk about Hovermeres.
And for everybody asking, yes, Cho did in fact have a negate for the bomb, but he had 0 outs. At this point, he would take 2 damage from the attack in. May have just been that he was a broken man.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if he negated the bomb.
Absolutely, he could definitely have held it off for another turn, but I think his will was broken.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I feel like that happens sometimes with certain players. They kind of get discouraged and they just scoop